Talkin, Middle-earth, Historiography Blues. Now back before they split or reconnected Berlin, J.R.R. Tolkien took out his pen and wrote what some say is the greatest story ever written. There were elves and dwarves and magic rings and talking trees and other wild things, even inspired Led Zeppelin to sing some tunes about it. And then Peter Jackson filmed that tale, and that shit was epic. But some say epic failed because he left out some key players from the plot. Yeah, I know those movies were already long, so I guess I'll just have to make up this song. But that shit old Pete fucked up, ignored, or forgot. See, I'm a dork. I care about that shit. And I've got a guitar and a microphone, so here we go. Back when Aragorn was just a little guy, this elf named Arwen caught his eye. She was kind of like the Lois Lane to his Clark Kent. Now, I don't mean to come off glib, and I'm usually all for women's lib, but in this case, that's just not how the story went. Now, I know having lived Tyler costs a lot, but half her shit's some made-up plot or stuff that was really done by Glorfindel. Yeah, maybe it was some box office ploy or the producers wanting to sell more toys in hopes that we hadn't read the books for ourselves. Yeah, she might be all right to look at, but she can't act her way out of a paper bag, and that's all that matters, so here we go. Long before Lou the Antinuvial shook her immortal coil, or the Dark One made man and elf blood boil, Tom Bombadil and his wife Goldberry lived just south of the Barrow Downs. Well, he called himself a merry fellow with a bright blue jacket and little boots of yellow, singing songs in the third person with powers of great renown. Now, some say he was the spirit of nature, elven master of Entish nomenclature, or even God himself at no more than 5 feet tall. But while that's left, even the most erudite scholars guess, and I guess old Pete was trying to teach us a lesson by not including him in any of his films at all. Now, the time the Hobbit spent there wasn't all that thrilling, but Tolkien, he was a real master of world building, and characters like the eldest, that's Tom, are what make him great. But Peter Jackson, he didn't find him important, and when asked why not, he chuckles and sort of just shrugs his shoulders and says haters gonna hate. That's a cop-out. I call bullshit, and he couldn't even handle old Tom in the first place, so here we go. Now, to be fair, Pete made the Ents badass like that time they all woke up and amassed on Saruman's doorstep, told him to take a hike. And then Grima flipped and sneak attack, he stabbed the white wizard in the back, and he got impaled on a big old iron spike. But he didn't really die that way. Gandalf just took his keys away and he was shut out of Orthanc forevermore to roam. Well, it turns out that he was Shire-bound, and he burnt that shit and enslaved the town, at least till Pip and Merry, Sam, and Frodo got home. Pete said that was anticlimactic and not cinematic, but I just call it ignorant Hollywood pandering, so here we go. Now, I've watched those movies straight on through, even all the special features too, on Blu-ray, streaming, and HD DVD. And I'll kiss every special effects man's hiney for making orcs so scary, Lothlorien so shiny. Without the aforementioned changes, the best credit I give Pete Jackson is a C. Now, I know books and films, they ain't the same, and we could spend all day playing this game, with each verse deeper into dorkdom bound to delve. So despite my Shire folk protest singing, these films will be part of my kids' upbringing, at least until they're old enough to read the books for themselves. Speaking of which, if you ain't done so, get yourself down to your local bookstore and buy yourself a copy. They read as fast as hell. But beware those clever marketing stunts. Don't buy the edition with Elijah Wood on the front, because old Pete Jackson might have changed what's in there as well. Guess you can't trust no one these days. And I ain't selling what he's buying, and he ain't even trying, so here we go. Talking Middle-earth, Historiography Blues.